Jack here. Welcome back to another Minecraft video. And today I'm going to be showing you a little redstone design that I've been working on. This is actually an adaptation of an old video that had a very good concept, but it is very outdated and no longer works. So let me show you what it does real quick. It's an elevator. If I go ahead and push this button, that's how it works. Actually, got to patch that up. Yay! But anyway, that's the entire design. I can go down as well. There we go. It's actually pretty light as far as resources go. This is in no way compact. I just tried to make it functional. So let me start off by saying the main design was by Seth Bling. I have my credits over here. Okay, the main design was by Seth Bling. It was designed for Minecraft Beta 1.8. It is currently release 1.8. Yeah, this video was released in September of 2011. So, little bit old, just a little bit. So there's that, and then this toggleable clock here that Seth Bling also used is by Shrog. And then this right here, this compact T flip-flop is something that I added, which is by Mumbo Jumbo. One of the problems with the original design was that the only way to toggle it was like down here. So you would have to like toggle it from the bottom all the time. So if you want to go up, you would have to come back down to turn off the elevator, which kind of made it useless. But yeah, there's that. The way I wired it up just to make it easier, it requires 1.8 because of these slime blocks, but if you want to use 1.7, I think you can. I know 1.5 is required because of this redstone here. I haven't tested it for 1.6. I know it works for 1.7 without the slime blocks. But really, if you're doing something like this, you should be running 1.8 anyway. So I think I'm just going to release the world for this as opposed to a tutorial. Maybe not like my entire test world, but just like this little area here. But let me just do a quick overview of it. So when you hit the button at either the top or bottom, it feeds in, or well, I guess I should talk about this first. So up here, the way this works is when you push that button, it comes out here, comes up to avoid that redstone, and then it hits the sticky piston, which makes that redstone block come down and activate this wire. Actually, I don't need that there. Meh. Actually, that is a good idea because you can one-hit slime blocks. But anyway, moving on. The only really resource-intensive part, you will need, there's only 5 pistons in this entire design. There's 4 for the piston loop and 1 for the clock. So, that's pretty good. There is a decent amount of wire, but that's not hard to acquire either. You will have needed to go to the nether for this comparator. You have droppers, that's not too bad. Hopper, only 1. You will need slime, at least for the compact design I have. If you wanted to, you could just run a line with some repeaters down to that, but I just found it easier to wire it like this. So there's that. So basically after it comes down here and activates this is Mumbo Jumbo's T flip-flop. Whenever this block gets powered, it's powered for long enough that this item here will transfer from here into here and then dump itself into here, but then it won't go into here because it doesn't have power. And then so that means that this comparator will be active and powering that clock, which we'll get to in a second. But when you power it again, it's going to be powered for enough time to shoot it from here to here. So it just kind of loops itself over and over again. So on. You can see it going. Push it again. Stops. one thing about this design, it does take a little bit to stop, but that's not really an issue, I wouldn't think. So after it's been toggled, it goes into this clock, which basically the idea is these have delay on it, so on the first tick, it's going to power this, which is going to start this, but by the time it gets around, this is going to have been toggled, which is going to stick this out here, so that it'll create a loop of redstone, and then whenever it gets deactivated again, it will retract the block, stopping the clock. So that's how that works. And then branching off into here, you have, let's see, you have 2 branches, and each branch has 2 branches of its own. So like this is one branch here. Let's see if we can get a better look. So it branches off like this, basically just to get the timing right for this and this. If you have a laggy computer, you might need to change the delays on these. You don't want to have one of these with 3 on it. You have to have one. You have to have 3 with 1 tick on each. And that's. It was in. I guess SethBling originally had this. I forgot exactly why. I think it has something to do with you don't want this one to stay on. You want it to this one, and then go, because if it stays on for too long, it can mess something up. I forgot exactly what it messed up, but either way, there's that, and then this one just goes to that piston, just a 1 tick delay, and then you have a little staircase of redstone. You could probably do that with slime blocks too if you wanted, but there you go. Basically, the reason some of it's optimized and some of it's not is I took his old design and then fixed the things that needed fixed. And so that runs up around into here, powers this one straight away, and then over into here. The reason that there's less delay on these is because I already had to have a repeater here, so that factors into the total delay. So right here, we have this piston. I'll also say there's an immovable object here. It basically to make sure that when that piston pushes up, it can't shove the block above this. It will have to wait for that. If everything went well, you wouldn't have an issue with that, but it's just safer to go ahead and do that. So you'll need 4 immovable objects plus whatever you use for that tower over there. You could also just have air there. Get out of the way. Thank you. So that's kind of how the tape itself works. And also, one more thing. I guess in his version of the game in beta, this was like kind of glitched, I guess. But now that they've patched it, we have to actually address it. When this block, when these pistons are powered, down here, they close these fence gates. So what you need to do is have this back here to reopen them. So like if I go ahead and delete that torch, you'll see that if I turn this thing on, what? Why? Huh? Okay, there we go. Don't know what that was about, but after it feeds past here, it closes. So yeah, at this point they're all closed, and it won't work if the fence gates are closed, because the whole principle of this is that if you have an open fence gate, so like if I get just a fence gate here, put it down, if it's open, you can walk through it from any side. It won't stop you even if you're on this part of it. All sides of it are accessible. You can walk through it. So that's kind of breaks the entire principle of it. So if you have that there, it will, in fact, fix it. Where's the... There we go. So that basically reopens it before it gets to you, which allows you to write it. And we get up here, shut it off. There we go. There's a little bit of delay when pushing the button. That's just kind of the way it works when you're transmitting a signal from all the way up there to down here. That can be an issue. Obviously, because this is using pistons, it does have a max height limit, so if you wanted to go, like, super far, you'd have to, like, stop here, have another elevator here, have another elevator here, have another, like, etc. Just kind of go up in stages like that. But that's the design. I really like it. I think it was a great idea on behalf of SethBling, but it just needed a couple improvements to get it working for the latest version, particularly the fence gate thing. That's the main thing. These other things are just more optimizations. But that's pretty much all I've got. I hope you all enjoyed this. If you want an actual tutorial of this, I can do it, but there will be a world download in the description if you just want to download it and use it for yourself. But anyway, that's all I've got time for right now, so hope you all have enjoyed, and thanks for watching.